What's up? What's up? Can I help you?
Oh, I was just seeing if there's somebody in there.
Yep. Just looking at whatever, just sitting here. I don't know. Is it?
Yeah. I don't blame you. It's cool up here.
You don't blame me for just sitting here?
Well, heck no.
Okay. Did you patrol last night at midnight?
Yeah.
Okay, because that light woke me up.
Did it?
Yeah.
So I see, man. I almost stopped and was like, "This car. I've never seen this car before." And then I was like,
Yeah.
"Oh, he's sleeping. I'm gonna leave him alone."
Okay. Well, thank you, but you still woke me up. It was midnight.
I didn't mean to,
No,
man.
no, it's whatever. You do what you got to do. But I mean, I'm letting you know what happened.
Right.
I was just, my face was like out the window.
I understand.
And then a bright flashy light.
It was my overhead.
Yeah. And that woke me up.
Yeah.
And so I was up for a little bit. Went for a little walk and stuff. But
Right.
I mean, whatever. It happens. I'm not saying that it's a terrible thing, but you got to do your due diligence. The private companies, got a measure of security that they expect out of the city, and you provide that. You're not the private security. You're actual city police.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. So you see that building over on the end?
there was a bunch of cars there last night, and
Yeah,
now it's an empty lot.
I think what those cars were is this is the DMV, and I think they were like waiting to get their tags renewed because a bunch of tags expired.
Because over the weekend, in the beginning of
Yeah.
the month or a certain time of the month.
Yep.
Okay.
That's
And
what it looked like.
I know. I checked the hours. They're 9 to 4 or so
On the DMV.
for the DMV.
Yeah.
It's kind of short. Seems kind of short to me. I was wondering why nobody pulled up. I left about 8 a.m. today, and then now I'm back.
Man,
But
it's the Department of Motor Vehicles. Have you ever known them?
Well,
to make
okay.
sense?
yeah, they got that. They got a they got a system. Yeah,
So that building on the very end.
Yeah.
So one reason we patrol this so hard is because we've had a lot of people. That building, for some reason, it wasn't locked for the longest time.
Okay.
And there are people going there and taking
So-
naps and like sleep,
Naps?
trash down. Yeah.
Okay. Is that okay? It doesn't look like there's anything in there. It looks like it's an empty
It used to be a
building.
medical supply for Mercy.
Mercy.
But they took all their stuff out and left the door unlocked.
Okay. Yeah, and they have the hospital just down.
Yeah.
Just that way. I'll tell you, Garmin. When I first came into the town, the Garmin told me that Walmart is at where the hospital's at. So it's kind of a weird quirk.
This Walmart was up where the
Yeah, it's
hospital's at?
where the hospital's at. It's just a weird
Well,
quirk.
again, have you ever known Garmin to be perfect?
No, it's terrible. There's a lot of cases. There's a lot of.
It's better than TomTom.
Okay.
TomTom
I
is
haven't.
terrible.
I know that Google Maps is better than Garmin, and yeah, TomTom's probably worse than Garmin in that respect.
Is that a video or a camera?
Yep. It's a 360. I'm recording all around.
So that records like 360
Yeah,
watts?
I'll show you. Yeah, I'll show you.
Like, turn it?
No, I don't have to touch it at all. But I get.
Hey, you don't have to do this.
No, I don't want you to get scared of me.
I'm not worried about you.
I get cop stops. So just a couple of days ago, I got a cop stop
What do you mean?
where a cop they got a call in. Let me think of the city.
mind if I lean on the door?
Westfield. Okay, Westfield. You know Westfield?
West Plains?
West Plains. Okay, the cops were called on me at a park. I was accused of staring at somebody in the park. So they arrived to.
Surely to goodness, that's not what they said.
That was the complaint.
You was staring at
I was staring, and they felt uncomfortable.
Isn't that what bikinis are for?
Well, yeah, it takes two people to stare too, if you look at it that way.
True. They have to notice you.
And I wasn't staring, but I guess I was glancing. I was standing outside my car and glancing, and they had whatever. But the cops were called, and that's just one example. This didn't result from that call. This has resulted from over 100 calls. You guys have trained me to be better prepared with cameras.
Hey.
Yeah.
You know what? I wish everybody did that.
Yeah.
I really
All
do.
right.
You know
Well,
why?
Oh.
Because there's bad cops out there.
Yep.
If they knew they were being watched, they wouldn't act the way they act.
Yeah.
I mean?
Something like it serves as a mirror. They get that
Doesn't
reflection.
bother me at all, man. I gotta act the same all the time.
Okay. All right. Yeah. And the cameras do that to me too. I feel like I can be more. I'm more honest on camera,
Right.
and more up front. I get more confidence in how I speak, because off camera it could turn into a he said she said type of thing, and
Yeah,
usually
who knows?
and who knows,
Right.
but cops, if judges tend to choose the cops side, especially city judges, so
Yeah.
I,
Well, yeah, because they work with the same cops over and over and over. I can see that.
yeah, the prosecutors, the city judge, that
You know
level.
what it is, man? Most of the time, cops don't, and I'm not saying I know the law like the back of my hand, but
Yeah.
most of the time, cops don't know simple law.
Okay. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. That's
most of them's ever read a Constitution more than they had to.
okay. Yeah. Well. Yeah. I'm in a situation over the Fourth Amendment out of Natchitoches, Louisiana. That's
Right.
500 miles south of here. I have a warrant. I paid for a bond. I have a bond from Natchitoches, and
But
I'm
you don't have an
waiting.
outstanding
I'm waiting. No, there's no warrants on my name, and I'm waiting for court dates on that. But I was arrested over it's a failure to ID, and in
Why did they come,
it.
why did they show up?
Oh,
to the
okay.
place?
The reason they showed up, a librarian called and said I was acting weird. Okay, that was on the 911 call, and that got.
Did the librarian ask you to leave?
Nope, there was no
They never asked
interaction.
you to leave?
There was nothing. She asked if she could help me, and I guess I was too rude by saying, "What would you like to help me with?" And then I just kept walking. But I was casing the place. It was transformed from acting weird over the dispatch. Dispatch turns that call from acting weird into casing the place, checking door handles to see if they're locked. Had big bags, looked angry.
These were all the things the cops said? Or the
Yeah,
librarian?
these are all the things that I was accused of on when the cops arrived, and then it was also a conviction too.
they convict you?
City judge, yeah.
What did they convict you for?
It was a conviction on what wasn't on camera, because I recorded as soon as cops arrived, but they chose everything that all circumstantial evidence that they had no proof of, but it was stuff they could use that was not on camera, and it was all the accusations of my behavior when I first arrived at the library, and it was having big bags, walking around, casing the library, checking all the doors to see if they're going up to the third floor. Making a banging noise. That was another one.
So
And
don't freak out when I say this, because it don't mean it the way it sounds. But
Yeah.
when you hear one side of a story, it's hard to get an opinion for. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I can tell you
I'm just saying.
that a lot of active shooters anymore,
Oh.
they case places out.
Okay.
And so when cops hear that, that's one of the first things that go through their minds, especially if they have never dealt with any kind of a tense situation. They go from 0 to 60. They show up on scene, and
Yeah.
they're thinking this is going to be some nut job with a gun. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And then it's hard for them to calm down and realize, you know what, this is just a guy exercising his rights.
Yeah. De-escalation. You got to do. It's not.
Well, it's not only de-escalation, because you may not escalate the situation,
Yeah.
but I may come in ready for you to pull a gun on me and not be willing to back off that. Does that
Yeah.
make sense?
Yeah. It's okay. I was also compared to the Boston bomber as well.
Why?
That was it's the imaginations. It was just
Well, they
what
gotta
was
have-
going
they
through
had
there.
to have what incident instigated
What
that?
evidence? I think it was the big bags. I had bags.
Oh, you're talking about
and-
that incident in Louisiana.
And this is in Louisiana
Ah.
in the library. And so I was
Well, let's
I
put it this way: we have a library down here.
yeah, I was
In
just
fact,
there.
I seen your car down there earlier.
I was, yep.
With the bike. Yeah.
Yep.
So let's say I got a call. I usually work the overnight. Sometimes I work days.
Mm.
Usually work the overnights. Let's say I
Okay.
got a call 4 o'clock in the evening.
Yeah.
Hey, there's this guy wandering around the library. He's got a bunch of big bags. He's checking all the doors.
Yep.
You
Yep.
know, we're gonna
Yep.
go check on it.
Yeah.
But I don't really see how that's gonna turn into arrest if you don't do nothing.
Yeah. It's a part of the Louisiana law for resisting arrest. In your law, you don't have failure to ID in your resisting arrest law, but they have that written into the.
If you commit a crime, like even say you don't wear your seatbelt,
yeah.
you have to
Yeah.
ID yourself. Or
It's-
if you, let's
it's-
say we get a call on you, now borderline on what happened you said in West Plains where they called said you were staring at somebody. If I got called to that call, here's how it would happen. I'd be like, hey man, just letting you know, we got called here because somebody said you're looking at them. I think it's ridiculous. Just letting you know that's what they said, and I'd be
Yeah.
on my way.
Yeah.
Unless I met you and I was like, okay, something else is up with this guy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I'd be interested in playing the video for you, but I don't know.
You got it with you?
Yeah, I do, but I don't want to stop. It's actually it's on my tablet. I don't know.
I mean, I'll watch it.
But I got.
I may even know the officer. We go to work together over there all the time.
Let me see here. I saved it on my YouTube, so yeah, watching a boxing match there. Should be right there. It's a part of. It's Officer Manning called about
I've heard of
about my steering problem, and I turned the volume down.
All day you're out here watching Over-Detained. Do you have your driver's license on you, your identification?
So.
Well, there is no crime, but you're gonna identify because I'm investigating.
He just said there was no crime.
There's no crime, but he needs my ID anyway.
Man, so here's what I'm gonna say. I'm not going to say he did the wrong thing or right thing. All I'm gonna say is I wouldn't have done that.
Yeah,
I
mean.
I hate coming over here and bugging you.
Why?
Do you have a jump button?
Yeah, I do actually.
For battery day? Literally while we were
I'll go
sitting there
back talk to
talking.
you, man.
Well, okay.
You mind?
Yeah, that's fine. Sure. Yeah.
Here, you want to just put it over?
I will. I appreciate it, man. Thank you.
That's impressive. Wow. You're ready to help out the public there with
Well, I mean,
a jump.
we jump people all the time.
Okay. Yeah, this is a small town, I noticed, and you don't.
Not very big, not very
You
fancy.
don't have a lot to patrol, so
Yeah.
you don't
Well,
have. You don't.
We got a mile out, 2 miles out that way, and about 3 to 4 miles that way.
Okay. Yeah. Well,
Not very
that's not big at all.
No, that's
it's-
not big.
Yeah, so and you probably don't have a lot of. Well, I chose this spot because I noticed truckers over there. I'm trying to get out of the way of the exhaust. There's exhaust,
Yeah,
and maybe I can get out of that. But yeah, I noticed the truckers. This seemed kind of like a maybe popular spot for an overnight. I wasn't too enthused about Walmart. That's usually where I would park overnight.
Right.
And there's construction too for some reason.
Yeah, I don't know what they're doing, but they've been doing it for a week.
Oh, just recent. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought I'd take a chance. I mean, sometimes.
Walmart's not a bad spot if you wait till after about midnight when they close it. I think they close at 10 or 11.
Okay. Yeah.
But this is a really good spot, and
I
nobody
yeah.
has ever complained. Nobody has ever made a problem.
Yeah.
I never bother people because they're over here not bothering anybody else. So
Yeah. Dollar General is. I don't believe Dollar General really allows overnight parking, but I'm outside of that. It's kind of their business, their immediate business.
Yeah, I think this is going to be for the license bureau right here more than anything. But
Yeah.
this has been abandoned for a long time.
And, I didn't quite catch what the business was, but yeah, they've been out for a while.
I've stopped and talked to so many people that are sleeping up here, and I always say,
Oh,
man,
you do.
you're fine unless somebody complains about something that's legitimate.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it looks like.
Believe me or not, we've had a guy come out here and take dumps behind the building over there.
Okay. Yeah, that's.
And we can't allow that, right?
No, you can't. No, for sure. Yeah, that's.
We had a guy a few evenings ago go into the garden center, throw some merchandise outside the fence, then leave in front of Walmart and go out and pick it up and run off.
Jeez.
Actually, kind of a genius.
Yeah, you. How long have you been working in the
I've worked
city?
here for a little over 2 years now.
2 years? Okay, and you got some good stories already. That's
Oh man, we get some crazy stuff here.
just yeah. Is there a meth problem or?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Okay, you're okay.
That's mainly what I do. Is
I run into that quite a bit. I hear about it quite a bit because I came from Louisiana and just I've been taking some big jumps.
well, it looks like you travel a lot.
Yeah, I've traveled up and down the whole west half of the country, and yeah, I'm going to Wisconsin, but I still have potential court cases or court dates coming up. I got a lawyer in Louisiana, and we're waiting on transcripts. I tried to fight it myself, and
That never
I
works
lost.
out.
Yeah, it didn't work out. But it's a city. Usually, like I've gotten charged 5 times now, and I've actually lost this one. I've gotten the previous 4 dismissed. all over the same thing, all over my ID, and just
But man, cops get carried away. They,
Yeah.
a cop is a cop, and there's a certain connection between cops that is never going to go away because we deal with the same people every day, right?
Yeah.
But there has to be a line where, you can't violate people's rights just because you have a badge and a gun.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm no different than you. I just have a different job.
It's about out of over 100. Oh yeah, you don't want them running off with your battery.
I ain't going to, but yeah.
It's about over. I've had over 100 interactions. You saw it's on YouTube. I just put the videos up on YouTube.
Yeah.
It's about like out of the 100, 5 have resulted in arrests. All over the similar things. Cops stopping at my car. It's just.
You mean like this? Like stopping?
Similar to this, but also the library too. I'll get calls. Sometimes either they show up on their own.
I think I started.
Is this shows full? So.
Yeah, I don't think it was the battery. I think it was right. So I'm gonna go get my truck and come to her. I appreciate you.
Wow. Yeah,
So man, tell me about your car if you don't mind.
Tell you about my car?
Yeah. What kind of fuel mileage you get with that thing?
I'm not sure what the mileage is. It's got 118,000 miles. And you see, yeah, I kind of advertise, but not. People see the little advertisement, but
Is that your name on YouTube?
yeah, that's one of them. This is the driving one. I record my drives, not just cop interactions, but yeah, I put the. If you want to come back, like this screen. I put this screen here, and can you tell if the window's down?
No.
Yeah, it's down to here. People can't tell, so it's convenience for me. This is a pet net, and you can.
Is it like
It's a thicker. I sewed in the magnets. It's a thicker net, and I doubled it up.
So what was your first negative law enforcement interaction?
Oh well, I mean, that was probably on the West Coast. It's just like with the ID thing, like I'm willing to exchange IDs. I don't refuse outright. I'm willing to exchange.
Oh, you mean like cops show you?
But
like I show you yours, you show me mine.
Yeah. I want to learn. See, when I'm being accused of something, I want to learn what the issue.
Care.
I want to exchange fairly because they'll say we'll tell you afterward, and they never do.
Right.
So I want to know in the moment, and it's like the cop. Like questions just mount, like you're asking more and more questions, but it doesn't feel invasive. There's some questions like, where are you going? When are you leaving?
Yeah.
Why are you here? Where did you come from?
There's a time for those questions though.
Yeah.
Like on a traffic stop, if I think somebody's got something they shouldn't have,
Yeah.
which is where I get most of my drug arrests from, you get a feeling for it, man. Like they start acting in a certain way, and you start saying, okay, man.
Yeah.
When I asked you that question, you looked away from me, right? You've been looking at me this whole time. And then I ask you, do you have any drugs in the car? And you look away from me. What does that tell me?
Well, yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
it's concerning. Yeah.
There's times for those questions, and there's times that they're ridiculous.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I've had this car searched in Hiram, Utah. I gave them permission, but I'm never going to do that again. Because I want to see which judge would sign the search warrants from now on. But I allowed it. I think they got a call in Hiram on me, and it was over the ID, and I had a bag, and he was just like, he needs my ID, and then I'm like, okay, I'll exchange IDs with you. Will you exchange? And he's like, yes. And so I'm like, okay, I'm gonna get my ID, and as soon as I did that, a gun came out, and it was pointed right at my belly, and I'm like, then I make my silly response, oh, would you prefer to pull my ID out? But that was right on I had my camera down here, so it's pointed at my belly, but it's almost pointed directly at the camera.
Right.
And that got 1 million views. And
Legitimately?
Yeah.
It got a lot of views?
Yeah, it's got 1 million views, but that was in 2017, so it was a while.
Right there shows you people's attitudes, man. They want to see that kind of thing.
Yeah, they want to. Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
It's
really.
Bad cops are great for YouTube.
They are.
All right,
I
like
hate to
this.
say it, but they are.
You know, this conversation, it's not gonna get a lot of views. They'll praise you a little bit.
That's the problem, though. All the bad cops get all the glory.
Yeah, they do. Yeah,
I'm not saying I'm the best guy. I'm just saying that. You know what? I don't get the feeling from you that you're hiding anything. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Maybe you are. I don't know.
Maybe,
I could
yeah.
You could have a pound of meth in here. I wouldn't know.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, you got
What's your
plain.
YouTube name?
You got plain view here, and when I record, I'm recording the inside of my car. So
Right.
it's actually I call it. You saw this one, and then I call it "Let's Exchange IDs" with Travis. Yeah, because I'm mainly focused on traveling, and then the cop stuff was getting so much more attention.
I'm going to write that down so I remember to look it up.
Oh well.
What's
all
your
right.
name? If you don't mind me
Well,
asking?
Travis. Let's exchange IDs with Travis. Well, let me get your name.
My name is Timothy Wade Gordon, Officer Gordon.
Gordon. Okay. All right. Yeah.
Kinda hard to tell, but-
Gordon. I
Yep.
I didn't catch your name earlier, but yeah, if you want to type it in, yeah, sure. It's let's exchange IDs.
With Travis?
Yeah, you'll find it easy.
Is that your name, Travis?
Yeah. So I show my face. I have no problem showing my face.
What's your last name?
Well, all right. You got your last name, Gordon. So,
Yep.
all right. Heinze, Heinze. So, yeah.
Oh, like ketchup?
Yeah, it's like the ketchup bottle. I say that sometimes, but people give me a hard time about comparing myself to that. Yeah.
It's just an easy way to remember that name
So-
because it's a different name.
Yeah. Yep. So that's the channel. That's the cops. Did they abandon?
Well-
No, they're probably waiting it out.
Yeah, I'll go over
So-
and check on her, and then I better go on patrol. You gonna be here all night then?
So yeah, I'm gonna take off in the morning time.
Good.
I'm gonna head north, maybe just another small town, next Walmart, pretty much.
Like
just,
north? So that would be
Yeah, whatever.
Houston.
Is there
It'd be pretty close.
there's of a Walmart in Houston? You say?
I don't know if there's a Walmart there.
I'm a lazy bum. I'm a bum traveler. I just like to just take my time. But yeah, wherever the next Walmart is north
Next
to here.
Walmart,
There's
West Plains, but then there's Mountain Grove.
okay. Yeah, I've been to West Plains.
Yeah.
So
So
yeah,
if you go out here to 60, like you're going back to West Plains,
yeah,
and it'll cut right. And
yeah.
you'll head north.
Oh, okay.
Go that way, and you'll hit Mountain Grove. There's a Walmart there.
Mountain Grove. Okay, I'm heading kind of an easterly direction
Oh, yeah.
too, but yeah, I don't know which direction. I'll have to look at the map again. So yeah, you won't see me.
So you
Here-
sleeping here?
Yeah,
Mind if I look in there? Just like a shot
you
light?
take a peek, sure. It's not the most comfortable situation, and I'm
Are those
sit
walking sticks?
Yeah, I got walking sticks.
How
Yeah.
tall are you?
Well, those are 5 feet. So
some big
I
walking
choose
sticks.
I choose the long ones.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just I like to adjust the grip adjust the grip. Yeah. But
Yeah, man. I'll be straight up with
I'm
you.
I'm
I
playing.
don't think I'd want to search that car with a 2
Yeah.
foot pole, man.
Yeah, it's a lot to move. Like since they searched it in Utah, I've collected more things. I've thrown things out and brought things in. I mean, for the amount of room I have to throw things out.
Right.
I have to cycle. I can't be a hoarder.
Keep it all
So
right.
I gotta
So let me
have.
ask you this: do you consider yourself like one of them free travelers or what?
Oh yeah, when a sovereign citizen, huh?
You are?
No,
Because that's
There-
never made sense to me.
I like some of the approaches they take, but I don't.
Let me ask you this. So let's say you go out here, you go down here to Drake Street, you go up there and you go to turn right and you don't use your turn signal. And
Okay.
I stop you.
Yeah, here's my driver's license.
You're gonna be completely cooperative.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, I don't understand the people that aren't, because it's like they don't get
Yeah.
it. You're driving on a tax-paid road,
Yeah.
you have to
it's-
abide by those
I want to
rules.
prove that this is I have a driver's license. It's not just a general ID. If I'm walking around and you come up and demand my ID, I don't see it like that. I want to prove I'm driving,
Oh, right.
that I have a valid driver's license. So I'll show that in a driving infraction.
Right.
But when it comes to just being walked up to and demanded of my ID, I'm willing to exchange IDs. I would ask for yours in exchange. But
You got an ID?
well,
You got a
yeah,
license?
yeah.
Where's it out of?
Oh,
Like, is it out of
it's
Washington?
Washington. Yeah, yeah. I got Washington plates. So yeah, I got a Washington license. He's gonna tow it, huh?
Yeah.
All right. But yeah, the sovereign citizen stuff. They get picked off one by one because they're
they
sovereign.
do.
They don't really form a collective They can't come together as a group to.
Well, there's no basis in their argument either.
Yeah.
They want to cite, that
You
they're free and that they're free travelers and
Yeah.
they're their own person and all this, but it's still the fact you can walk down the side of the road and be a free traveler all you want. And I don't have a right
Absolutely.
to make you ID.
But when you got
When
a
you get
dangerous,
in the car, you're inside of a tax-paid roadway.
Well,
you have to abide by the rules, man.
Yeah, it's just so frustrating on some of these roads. Some of these roads are so narrow. It's extremely dangerous to walk on them or
You're talking
bike.
about here in Missouri?
In Missouri or in the Ozarks. Some of these.
It always cracks me up to hear people say that when they're like from the coast or something. They're like, "My goodness, these roads are like little dirt trails." You should see our little dirt trails.
He's riding his 4-wheeler, so.
Yeah, he's not supposed to be doing that. I'll probably have to stop him.
Especially on the road, yeah. There's this. I mean, yeah. But
at night we really have to stop him because.
Oh yeah, he didn't really have headlights.
Right. Well, he did, but they weren't that bright.
Okay. Yeah.
But he knows. He'll put it up.
Yeah. But yeah. It's
you
just.
Would care if I seen your ID, just to know that I saw.
Well, if I can see your ID too in exchange, sure.
I don't care. You're not gonna video my
I'm gonna
information?
record it. So.
Okay. Well, I'll cover up like the.
Well, no, you would hand it to me, and then I could hand you my ID too in exchange.
Sure.
You wanna?
Record.
All right.
Where's yours?
So where we got 26. So just a quick.
Yep.
It's not there. There's coming in. Okay. All right. Well, here, I can show you. Okay, it's in my pocket here.
You're good.
So.
I ain't worried about you. He's gonna shoot.
Yeah,
you
you wanna run my name? All right.
I didn't ask that.
Well, all right. Well, whatever. This is it.
GINZ.
Yep.
How old were you when they took that picture?
See, yeah, I look older, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a redo because I haven't been in the state. I haven't been back in a while.
You care if I take a picture of yours? You video
Oh,
mine?
well, okay. Yeah, I expect cops to take more pictures. I mean, but that's a lot of people get offended by that.
Man, people act like IDs and information. I know there's a lot of identity theft, but all this information on here, I could, a normal citizen could find if they look hard enough.
Yeah, but I will say I did read about a lawsuit or a criminal case. It's written in the Louisiana law that if you share driver's license information with anybody in the public, there's a law in Louisiana against that. So
for who? Like me? For officers?
Yeah, definitely for officers.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's on the level of a misdemeanor, so it's something to be aware of.
Yeah.
Because your phone now is like evidence if there was a case brought up.
They changed that, man.
In Missouri.
Yeah, they can't subpoena your phone anymore for evidence.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, people can try.
Well, they can try, but I don't.
Yeah.
It was the Sunshine Law.
Yeah.
And they ended something on it where they can't do that anymore because the thing about it is every cop. Well, I'm not gonna say every, but you would agree that 95% of cops are gonna have an iPhone or an Android, some kind of phone.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Now,
Pretty
does
much.
the department want to issue everybody a camera, or do they want to just solve the issue and say, okay, you can now use your phones for pictures?
Yeah.
Everybody uses their phones anyway. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, okay. There's maybe you have Fourth Amendment. It's part of your Fourth Amendment protections that you'd bring up in trial. There's qualified immunity.
Well, man, I'll be straight up with you. I don't know the ins and outs of it. I just know that they changed it. They can't subpoena your phone anymore.
Okay. Well, yeah. The request.
And even if they did, I wouldn't care. I ain't got nothing to hide.
Yeah, the request can be made, and then the judge would rule on that. And you're
Right.
saying the judge normally would rule against that being followed through with.
I don't even think they can rule on it anymore.
Well, okay. Somebody's made the decision at some points. I mean,
They changed it.
It just at Congress the law was.
From what I understand, they changed it.
Okay,
Yes.
all right. Yeah, I'm not too well versed on Missouri law.
Right.
I was gonna really hunker down and learn Missouri law after my Bethany, Missouri arrest, but
What happened there?
that case got dropped in 1.5 days. That was
happened?
over. What's that?
What happened?
I walked into City Hall, and you know Bethany? I walked into City Hall.
No.
And I started asking about the parking situation because there was these signs that said 2-hour parking, and they looked old. And I was just trying to figure out where to park, and it was convenient to just park in front of the city hall. And I'm like, well, let me ask these guys some questions. And then she gets offended about my parking questions, and so she calls the cops, and the sheriff shows up, and also Officer Harris. And Harris was the one, he demanded my ID, and I was like, okay, what's the crime? I mean, you haven't explained any crime, and so he's like, you have. I was like, I have Fourth Amendment rights, and he's like, you have the right to identify yourself. And he arrested me. He blocked my way out of the city hall, and he just arrested me over my ID, and then got statements from everybody, and threw in disorderly conduct. And in Missouri, you guys have a 24-hour hold.
Yeah.
I thought that was interesting. So
Yeah,
I set.
hold on 24 hours and send up probable cause.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that gives you some time. So we went through that. I sat in jail, and then the case was dropped in 1.5 days. The prosecutor looked at it and just dropped it. I mean, I also put out that arrest video, and people were a little upset. So there are some calls in, but
Oh, really?
I mean, I don't know how much of a factor.
Like I said, man, it's hard without seeing stuff, actually being there. It's hard to know everything that's going on.
Yeah, and this video got pulled down. Like, it's on other people's channels, but
Pulled down by YouTube?
But yep, there was a privacy complaint.
Really?
That was mostly for the city officer, the city worker there.
Yeah.
I think it was just to protect her image, and so I don't have a copy on my channel of that. I have when Officer Harris comes in. You see something moving?
I thought it seemed like walking.
Yeah. Last night I saw a fox take the line going that way. So
You never seen it?
you're gonna.
You haven't seen a tall, skinny guy with like a goatee walking around over here, have you?
No, I haven't. Older man. You saw the big white van parked behind me.
No, this guy don't drive.
Okay. There's a little surveillance of you guys are watching out for somebody.
Oh, well, I mean, I'm not going to accuse him of what he's suspected of doing, but I know for a fact he's stolen stuff in this area many times.
Yeah, that's
So
frustrating.
we keep an eye out for him.
Yeah, loss is frustrating.
Well, I mean,
You
how
know,
would you like if somebody broke in your car and stole a bunch of stuff?
I've had it happen
It's aggravating, isn't it?
in Albuquerque, New Mexico. It was. That's why I have this cocked. They flipped this off, and then got in and took a few things, and actually took this whole glass, and in the desert, he walked with it in the desert and then flipped it like 50 feet away from my car. It didn't break, and I had to find it. It was like it wasn't next to my car anymore. I had to walk around and find it.
I'm just amazed with the amount of stuff you have in there.
Yeah.
Honestly, man. Like,
I just
how
got.
do you drive around curves and not get like bombarded with everything in your lap?
Well, I have a little sticky. It's a little sticky thing on these boards, and it sticks. It keeps things. It's those right turns. Those are the right turns are your safest turns.
Yeah.
And I take them very cautiously too. I'm a cautious driver.
Yeah.
But
You'd have to be.
the left turns, I mean, aren't a big deal.
Right.
It's the right turns, and
Well,
when you're taking those left turns, you got traffic, and that's a little more dangerous.
Right.
So, but you said, well,
You're not causing any problems. I'm not here to harass you, man. I'm
Yeah.
here to simply make sure you're okay, pass the time of day a little bit. You're gonna be here all night. I'll remember to come when I come through here. I will come through here, but I'll not turn my lights on in your window.
Oh yeah, because it was it's just that nice bright enough deal there. So
I didn't mean to do that.
it might have been the sound a little bit. I'm sensitive. I have the windows down, so I hear well.
But I was also trying to see those other cars too, because it was not normal for all those cars to be lined up here.
You've never seen that many? Okay.
Not that many, no.
Okay. Yeah. I just think when I first get here, I think this is how it normally is.
Right,
But you're
you
saying
don't
the
know.
construction's a week old. Those cars normally.
Week and a half to two, yeah. They ain't
Yeah.
been too long.
Being a new guy, I have to accept things as they are, from a fresh perspective. So.
Well, man, I don't don't know your history.
Yeah. Well, you can.
I hope that things go good for you with law enforcement.
Yeah. Well.
And just remember, please, as just a friendly request, remember that there is good cops out there, and they need to get a little bit of credit.
All right. Well, there's two in the my YouTube video. The second, not the last cop, but the second previous cop. He was a lot more fair about our conversation. He was just.
Where was he from?
This is in Arkansas. This is
Yeah.
Arkadelphia, Arkansas.
Yeah.
It was I was just minding my own business in a park, and he just checked me, and that's fine. That's what you guys do.
Yep.
You check.
Hey, you know how many times in Walmart parking lot we've found people slumped over, passed out, either overdosed,
Yep.
a medical emergency.
Yep.
You never know. You know.
Yeah, I mean, I've had health
I seen
issues.
you last night, and I thought he's probably sleeping. I'm not gonna bother him.
At that time, yeah, I appreciate that you don't. You can always come back the next day. You don't. I mean, if I died, what I mean, what was 24 hours really?
Well, I mean, it depends on what you're dying from. If you're dying from something we could have saved
You could have. Yeah, that's okay.
You know
Yeah.
what I'm
Yeah. Well.
You don't use drugs?
There's a no. I don't.
saying?
There's
Any kind of drugs ever at all?
like medication. No,
No,
I
no,
don't.
I'm
I
talking
don't.
like-
Are you on any medication?
No, I take no
'Cause
medication,
I
man,
think
honestly.
You could,
None.
okay, well, they can ask that in court too when if you testify against some defendants or whatever. Were you on any medication at the time? No, I don't do any
I'm
drug.
sorry, what do you mean? Like, who can ask?
Well, like just if they wanted to establish your thought process, your judgments, your ability to
You're
make
talking like the prosecution asking the defendant?
maybe it's kind of an insulting question in a way, but it's like the defense could use maybe that as a defense. Maybe the cop was on.
I see what you're saying.
Maybe
Like maybe I was on medication that made my thinking altered.
or if you needed glasses or something, was there
Well,
like
if
it?
you're having to stretch that far, man, you're on weak ground. you
It
know,
is
so-
stretching, yeah.
It's stretching.
It's reaching for low-hanging fruits. Yeah, it's not something that you'd use a whole lot.
Depends on what the charge is for to me. Like,
And
if you're drinking and driving, or you're under the influence and driving, you know what? That's going to get my full attention because you can kill my family.
yeah, absolutely.
If you're using illegal substances in my community, that hurts my community.
Yeah.
It hurts the innocent people.
Yeah,
You know
it's
what I
you've taken the alcohol and drug. There's courses on that talking about how it affects not just yourself but the people around you. Yeah, it's that whole.
Methamphetamine you asked about a while ago, man, it's like a vice when it gets
Yeah.
hold of somebody. They can go from being the best father ever to the worst father ever.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
it takes a person out of their natural personality.
And it's not like they can drop it either.
I hear it's addicting.
Oh, man, it is.
And then the painkiller, the popular painkiller too. It's just people can't. There's people who are just have this issue.
Yeah.
I've never tried it. I'm all into natural consumption.
What, like
So
marijuana?
no, I'm not like getting out of my. I'm an older person, that was all curious when I was younger. It was all I was curious. It sounded exciting to learn about and stuff. But I like traveling disorients me. All right, and I like that sense of disorientation, trying to figure out where places are
So you're
and stuff.
wondering.
So I wander a lot.
You got that old song, "I've Been Everywhere" in your blood, huh?
Yeah, I know that. That's the country song.
I've
Yeah,
Been everywhere.
yeah. That's. I can't. But I can't say I've been everywhere. I still have this curiosity about the eastern half of the country. I've been everywhere on the west side. Oh, there's
Travis,
yeah.
I'm gonna have to go over and check on that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go get me some
Check.
coffee.
All right.
Mind if I shake your hand?
Oh, well, we could fist bump.
Fist bump. It's nice
Right.
meeting you, man.
Yeah.
Be careful.
Yeah, nice talking with
I'll,
you.
like I said, I'll swing back through here sometime tonight, but I'll try not to wake you up.
Yeah.
You want a cup of coffee?
No.
Sure.
I don't drink coffee
Okay.
anyway. But,
All
yeah.
right, man. If you need anything, call us.
They're pushing it. All right.